Well, this is going to be just a short video because it's finished. It's all painted, all been lacquered. That distributor cap come up really nice. Everything's been lacquered, even the top of the oil filter. I give that a coat of lacquer. Inside the distributor, inside there, I took all the cap and everything off and sprayed in there first. Spark plugs, put spark plugs in. And yeah, it's got probably 2 or 3 coats of satin clear, which I think works probably a little bit better than the gloss. So I was going to paint that drive plate black, but I thought, no, leave it as is. I just cleaned it with a wire brush on the grinder and then sprayed it with clear. The only thing I've got to do is possibly adjust, but I can do that with a ratchet and just undo the bottom end of and lift that piston. That piston's got to go up just a fraction. If you look down to that one too, got to go up a little bit. They're easy. They're piss easy to do. I can do that in a couple of minutes. So that's it. It's done. Finally, I'm a little bit disappointed that I didn't keep track of the hours. I should have, but I didn't. Because like I said, he's got that many hours on it, I couldn't count, you know. So there'd be weeks. I mean, I know some days I only did an hour or 2, some days I did 5, some days I did 6, but there's a lot of fucking hours. Like there's more than a week. I suppose you've got more than a week, 8 hours a day just to do the heads, just to machine the heads, because there is so much material that's come off those heads. Otherwise, you can see, you know, I already put up a picture or a video of the heads, the difference between the old and the new. So I think that's come up good. That looked great. I'm almost disappointed I've got to sell it, but I'm steadfastly sticking to the price. And if people don't like it, tough. Like I said before, it'll go into my man cave, which is where it's going to go anyway as soon as it dries properly. I'm going to weigh it later on when it's dry, just so when I put the ad up, I'll just tell people how much it weighs so they can work out how they're going to ship it, because that's going to be interesting, is transporting it, sitting like that. You could always take the base off, but I don't know how or where you're going to sit the engine itself, because you can't really sit it on the base because you'll be sitting on here. You could, if necessary, unbolt that and slide that off and then put it back on later. That's easy enough to do. So yeah, you may be able to just sit it on the base, or it wouldn't take much to make a couple of wooden cradles to sit it on. So that'll be up to whoever buys it. I can package it to ship, but that's going to cost them more. Because honestly, even though I'm glad it's done and I like it, it looks great, but I'll be glad to see the arse end of it, because there's a lot of stress, a lot of heartache, a lot of meltdowns, and like I said, way too many hours to count. So, you know, there it is, all done. So I'm going to sort of tidy up a little bit here, and I've got a sheet I'm going to hang up so I can take photos, so I can put it up online to sell. And so we know exactly what's going on. So happy days, it's all done. Next, I mean, I'm going to have a day or 2 off out here. Next, I'll be cleaning that up. That one won't take long. That'll be a quick one. That'll only be a few days in that at most. The biggest part of that one's going to be cleaning the fucking thing. So because it's got fucking years of Leyland shit caked onto it, so I don't know how the fuck I'm going to clean it, but there's lots and lots of degreaser and a wire brush, I'm guessing, and the pressure washer. So yeah, that one won't take long. That'll be a little bit cheaper, that one. That's probably, I don't know, maybe $400 once it's finished, including the glass. So 4 or 5, I might put 5 on it, because the glass is going to cost me $100 on its own. So, you know, and as I said, people will either pay it or they don't. I don't give a shit. So there we go. stay tuned, because I will do some videos when I'm doing that coffee table. Will be like a side table more than a coffee table, because it'll be standing on its end. It won't be on its base, because I don't have pistons and rods to make legs out of. So that's it. So I'll do videos on that. So stay tuned. Peace.